Hey everybody, it's Mickey, and in today's video we are well into holiday prep. I have a Thanksgiving grocery haul for you. I'm sharing my Tablescape, some meal prep, and holiday to-do lists, along with a few recipes as well. So if you are new here, I hope you will subscribe. I put out new videos every week about all things home. I'm going to be heading out to the grocery store in just a few minutes. I made what I hope to be my final grocery list for Thanksgiving, and I have my fall binder out, so I thought I would share a few things with you, especially if you guys are new here. For all the big holidays and seasons, I keep a binder, and this is my fall one, so of course I have Halloween and Thanksgiving. So when I go to do my Thanksgiving grocery list, I just turn to the Thanksgiving section, and in here is where I have all the recipes that I have made, throughout the years for both, side dishes and entrees and things like that, but also for desserts. I have like a general shopping list in here for the things that I make all the time. I even have like a Thanksgiving prep schedule, a loose schedule on like certain days I do certain things. Keeping binders like this have really helped me through the year stay organized and helps me remember what I make from year to year, those things that everybody really liked. You want to try to, repeat it the next year. So it's really good to have your recipes at hand. It does not have to be fancy. As you can see, a lot of my stuff is handwritten, just little notes from recipes that I've made, and even like simple, like just how many sweet potatoes I need to do my mashed sweet potato recipe. There's also recipes in here that I have found through magazines or on the back of cans that I want to hold on to. So something like this is really, really valuable throughout the years. And it really does making planning for holiday meals so much easier. Also, since I have my planner out, I have been working on my holiday prep list, which I had in a video, I guess it was a couple weeks ago. So I think I'm doing pretty good. I have really one room that I need to concentrate on, and that is the laundry room. And everything is pretty much done. My kitchen is done except for waxing the floor. We are still working on covering the chairs in my dining room. I only have 3 left to do. My pantry and freezer, all those to-dos are all done. I have my serving trays, and the other thing I need to really start working on this week are the Christmas cards. So I have my Thanksgiving shopping list here, and I'm going to head out to the store now, and I will be back to share with you my grocery haul. So this is what I hope to be the last grocery haul before Thanksgiving. I still have a few things that I might be sending somebody out to the store for, because we are going to be having a pie day get together on the Friday after Turkey Day. So there might be a few things I'm going to need, but in general, this is everything that I will need, plus the turkey, which is downstairs in the refrigerator for Thanksgiving. In the back here, I have some whole cranberries. I like to use these for my cranberry mold. I have some evaporated milk, some solid pumpkin. I always buy Libby. I don't even know if there is another kind of pumpkin out there. I have a couple Jellos, strawberry Jello. This is also for my cranberry mold. Down there I have some crushed pineapple. I have some whole milk for our banana pudding. I have a bunch of regular white potatoes for our mashed potatoes. We have a little English breakfast tea. I have some kosher salt here. I have a bunch of Orzo. I always make Orzo with veggies as a side for salmon that I make on Thanksgiving. I have a couple bags of cran raisins that go into my cornbread dressing. Also, I have some sausage that also goes in the dressing. We have a couple packages of celery, a bunch of onions, some mushrooms. We have the poultry blend that I put in with my turkey, and some dill for our salmon. Underneath here I have a couple bags of frozen corn. I have a couple of lemons, a bunch of bananas for our banana pudding, and I have 2 packages of cavadels for meatballs and cavadels. So that is my last Thanksgiving grocery haul. I'm going to get this all put away and start on some baking. Whenever I am planning on a really big meal, especially around the holidays, I like to put together what I call my meal prep basket. This is something my mom always did growing up, and it really does help keep you a little bit organized on those really big cooking days. Instead of putting away all these things when you come home from the grocery store, I just like to collect them in a basket so that over the next couple days when I am cooking for the big holiday, I have all my ingredients at hand. So like I have my condensed milk in here, I have some crushed pineapple, I have my cornmeal, my craisins, you know, like my grape tomatoes and my French vanilla jello pudding. So it really does help keep me organized, and it just, you know, saves you a little bit of time having to hunt for these ingredients in your cabinet. So that is your little prep tip for the day. So we are in the dining room. I have my table all set for Thanksgiving. We are going with a black and white buffalo check theme this year. I got my inspiration for the table from that little Target dollar spot pumpkin pillow that was so cute this year. I just think that it's going to be a nice transition, you know, from fall to winter, especially with Thanksgiving being so late and December is just a few days away. My place setting this year is really simple. I am just going with a black charger plate, my regular everyday white crate and barrel plates. This appetizer bowl I found at the Target dollar spot several years ago, and I always like to roll up my utensils in the napkin. This way I can set the table a few days earlier and everything stays nice and dust free. So down the middle of the table, I just have a collection of those little white houses that I've gotten at Target dollar spot over the last couple years. I use these all year long. I think they are appropriate for any season, anywhere in your house. And I also have a couple of these wooden pine trees I found at Raytown's Primitives online. I just have like a little sprinkling of some lamb's ear. And then for candles, I just have 2. These are those little cylinders that you can get at the Dollar Tree. And I have a battery operated candle in there. And then down at the bottom, I just have some split peas with a little bow from twine. So that is going to be my centerpiece for my table this year. And then I have all of my platters and my bowls all lined up here and ready to go for Thursday. And inside each I just have a little sticky note that I've written down what goes in each platter or bowl. This way, if you have some folks helping you out, you can just say, hey, can you go grab me the bowl for the dressing? And they will know exactly which one that you are talking about. So I really have a great feeling when I have some prep work done, because you know, these holidays don't always go as you have them mapped out, so it's good to have some of the prep work done ahead of time. I'm getting ready to start baking. I have my butter and cream cheese over there trying to get a little soft, but I want to share something with you that I do every year during the holidays. Now, I really love fall candles. I like that spicy scent. I have them burning all the time, but around the holidays, I like to do something a little bit different. It's become more of a tradition with us. So I like to mix my own stovetop potpourris. I don't know if that's what you would call it, but it's a little mix that I do that I simmer on the stove during the holidays, and it really does make the house smell so great and just that traditional holiday scent. I have some favorite combinations that I really like to do, but this is the one that I tend to do around Thanksgiving time, you know, late into November and early December. And what you're going to need for this is just a small little pan or one of those really tiny little crock pot that you can, you know, plug in and have on your countertop. But you're going to need some vanilla, some cinnamon sticks, some whole cloves, some orange peel, and just a couple cups of water. Now you can find these large containers of these spices at Costco. It is a much better price than I have found anywhere, and I always load up on them during the holiday season. So I have it all set up here so I can try to do it with one hand. So you're going to put some of your orange peel here at the bottom of your pan. And you can break one of these large cinnamon sticks in two, put those in as well. And just a little handful of the whole cloves. I'm gonna put that right in. And just a few teaspoons of vanilla, give that a little squirt. And then you can fill about 2 cups worth of water. And while this is boiling on your stove, make sure that you keep a little bit of an eye on it so that it doesn't, like the water doesn't completely boil off. And you can use this over a couple days. You can refresh it a little bit with more orange peel and the other spices, but you will find that it smells so great and it really gives you that little holiday scent throughout your whole house. One of the things that I make every year for Thanksgiving is my homemade cornbread dressing. And for that recipe, of several days ahead of time, I make a large jelly roll pan full of cornbread that I let sit out for a couple days and then just, cube up and use it for my dressing. So the recipe that I use is from the QUAKER yellow cornmeal canister, and it's just this recipe here on the back. And I just double it so that I have enough for the dressing and enough to fill my jelly roll pan, and that's what we're going to be making today. We're going to get this in the oven. It is 2 days before Thanksgiving, and I think that'll be just enough time for it to get nice and stale and perfect for our dressing. So for that recipe, you are going to need 2½ cups of flour, 1.5 cups of cornmeal, which is in here underneath the flour. We have half a cup of vegetable oil, 2 cups of buttermilk, 2 slightly beaten eggs, 1/2 cup of sugar, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, and a teaspoon of salt. I think that's everything. So I'm gonna mix this all up and I'm gonna spread it out on my prepared jelly roll pan that I've just sprayed with Pam so that nothing sticks to it. And because you're going to be cutting this up and cubing it, I suggest always using your old beat up cookie sheet, and that's what this is. This is what I use for it every year because you really mess up your cookie sheet otherwise. So this is my beat up family friend here, and I'm gonna get this all mixed up and get it in the oven. With cornbread, you just wanna mix it until it is well combined. You don't wanna over mix it, and you don't want to use an electric mixer because you don't want it to get too much air in it. You want it to be a little bit more dense. And also, even though we are going to let this get stale over the next couple days, you really want it to have good flavor. So I always suggest using buttermilk because with buttermilk you know that it's going to have a very rich, delicious flavor. So I'm going to spread this out on my cookie sheet and I'm going to get it in the oven. I will have the full recipe in the information bar on down below. Okay, so the cornbread is all done. I'm gonna let it cool. Once it's all cool, I'm just gonna slice it all up, both directions, cube it, and let it sit for a couple days so it gets a little bit stale and it'll be perfect for our dressing. I have one more tip before I let you guys go so I can get back to my baking. Before the holidays set in, I always order a set of these meal prep containers. I love these because we always send leftovers home with everybody. And every little get together that we have here, I'm always sending home, pie or cake or, whatever we had for dinner that night. So these are food containers that I get on Amazon, and I am going to put a link to them in the information section down below. I love these because you can freeze in them, you can keep your leftovers in your refrigerator in them, and they are really secure to send leftovers home with family and friends. So I'll put that link on down below.
And now I'm done.
So thank you all so much for watching today. I will be seeing you again after Thanksgiving with a bunch of new videos getting ready for Christmas. I wish you and your family a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday, and I'm so appreciative of our community. So until I see you in that next video, I hope that you love the life that you have, be kind to each other, and I will see you again soon. Bye!